This guy is getting roasted for appearing on the newest Button episode. As you guys probably know by now, The Button is a brutal dating show where the worst personalities on planet Earth gather at the table and try to get a date. Let's see what went wrong with Austin today.
I want to travel a lot for sure. I don't know if I have like a specific purpose in that.
There's no goal that accompanies it. You don't seem to have any direction in life, whereas I know exactly where I'm going and what I want, and I don't want to have to babysit someone.
That's right, basically, I'm amazing and you suck. That was the moral of the story there. Believe it or not, somehow that portion actually had a divided response. Basically, you could argue that it's actually okay to talk to people like that because, well, you know, he has his own preferences. He seems to have everything figured out in his life, and it's okay to have standards on a dating show. So some would argue it's fair game to reject her, although the issue seems to be his superiority complex, which becomes more and more evident as the video goes on.
Hello.
My name's Serena.
Serena.
What's
nice
your
to meet
name?
you. I'm Mo.
Mo. Okay, what's a big ick for you?
Big hygiene. Oh my
Hygiene.
God.
Can he smell your armpits?
No, I barely know him.
It's hygiene related then.
I don't want like a stranger to touch me. Like he seems totally chill, but like, bro, I barely even hug my mom.
Alright, as usual, the Button host being absolutely fantastic, you know, just trying to violate as many boundaries as quickly as possible. You know what? I got a great idea. Let me make the stranger go smell her armpits real quick. That's definitely not awkward and not gonna throw off the date at all.
Serena.
Nice
thank
to
you for your
meet
time.
you.
Nice to meet
Yes,
you.
yes. Oh,
Hello.
hi.
Hi,
I'm
Austin.
Serena.
Absolute
nice
pleasure.
to meet you.
Tell me what you live for, what you plan to die for.
My cats.
Do you believe they have souls?
I mean, I don't know if I believe in souls necessarily because I'm not religious,
And
but I
relative
do.
to humans as well?
Well, I believe there's consciousness, right? Were you born Christian out of
I
curiosity?
was, but I rejected it majority pretty
Why
much
did you reject it?
because I just wasn't really about it. I didn't want to give it.
You know, unfortunately, I don't think Austin realizes how dating works, actually. You know, you're supposed to make the other person kind of feel good and have a good time. You know, you can cut the brakes a little bit. It doesn't really have to be like this super intense job interview that you're like searching for these specific qualifications. I mean, look at that expression. Bro looks like a lion looking at a piece of meat and he's just like ready to pounce on it at any moment, bro. You make one mistake and he's gonna jump on you from the shadows. Real quick, are you an atheist? If you say yes, I'm gonna bite your head off.
Who got it first?
Me, 100%.
I don't believe in God.
I can tell.
Yeah.
I really hope this guy understands that they're not laughing with you. They're actually laughing at you, at how absolutely ridiculous you are and how incredibly condescending you sound. They're laughing because of how incredibly uptight you are and how sure of yourself you are, that there could be no possible other perspective that could even be remotely challenging to you. Listen, it's okay to be a raging narcissist. I mean, look at any YouTuber ever, okay? I sit in this chair all day and pretend like I'm better than everybody. That's not cool. But the difference is, I still manage to treat people with respect without actually just spitting in their face like this. I think you gotta understand that just because you think you're so great, and maybe you even are great, doesn't mean you can skip past the whole human decency part, you know? My god, dude, you're pretty good looking. You got a lot going for yourself. You're very sure of yourself. Not many people in this world know exactly what they want and what they're looking for in a partner. I feel like you just need to package it better to people, you know, in a nicer way, without what seems like a really serious job interview where you're just pretty much trying to bite people's heads off and they're walking on this glass ceiling that's like falling off repeatedly. It's like you're playing Squid Game, bro.
Hello.
Hey, how you doing?
How you doing?
Good. Austin.
Mochi.
Hey,
Nice to
absolute
meet
pleasure.
you.
Yeah.
Guys, what were you up to this week?
Nothing really that interesting. Kind of sat at home. I just got out of the military, so I'm looking for work and all that. So in a transition period.
I tried to get in the military twice and they did not want my ass.
How long were you passionate for that?
Not at all.
No, it just
Not.
came and went?
It was a minor thing.
So what do you hope to achieve in your life?
I want to travel a lot for sure. I don't know if I have like a specific purpose in that.
There's no goal that accompanies it. You don't seem to have any direction in life, whereas I know exactly where I'm going and what I want. And granted, that's nothing wrong with that, but because I know where I'm at and where I'm going, I don't want to have to babysit someone to where I am.
Dude, you do realize she's literally laughing at how ridiculous you sound. Or maybe she's even like laughing at how like embarrassed she feels because you act so much superior to her. This is like so foreign to her. She's probably never met a guy who talks like this. To be honest, I don't even deny anything you said. Probably everything you just said there was true. Like, it's just the way you said it. Like, I don't deny that you know what you want in life and you don't want to babysit someone who is still trying to get there. I feel like there's such a stark difference between knowing what you want and acting like a complete jackass to people, bro. Like, listen, I'm all for being blunt, okay? That's what I kind of preach, you know? Be straightforward to people and don't, like, string them along or something like that. Obviously, you want to make your intentions very clear. It's just, there's a way to do it without making the other person feel like they are a lesser human being than you. Because each time you talk, I just feel like crap, okay? The person on the other side just notices that you think you're just better than them. And that's not how a good human interaction is supposed to work. Both sides are supposed to feel leaving pretty okay, you know? Or at least hopeful that they can improve on themselves.
So,
Valid.
hello, pleasure, Austin.
Hi, Austin.
Yes.
Nice to meet you.
What's your name?
Irish.
Irish?
Yeah.
I like that. How'd you get that name?
I don't know.
Your parents just gave it to you? They didn't?
Yeah, well, they looked at me and they thought I looked like Irish.
Very well.
Okay, now that's good. Okay, I knew this guy had it in him. I mean, he seems like a really smart guy, to be honest. Like, I don't deny, like, usually people who are so, like, confident in themselves, they're probably really smart and charismatic. They just need somebody to guide them into not being jacked. This is a great way to start a conversation. It's lighthearted and funny. You're poking at her name, you know, it's a little teasing. You don't always have to say how amazing you are at every 2 seconds. Who would have thought?
So what are you into? What are your hobbies?
I'm a writer, musician, martial arts. I'm into like theology.
Tell me more.
What more do
Like,
you want to know?
the difference between like Jesus Christ and God. Like,
Okay,
what's the
Jesus
difference?
Christ is God, but if you want to like go against other religions, you can see how Islam talks about Muhammad as a sole prophet.
What was your name?
Okay, that is extremely suspicious. They just ended it completely abruptly. That wasn't my cut, by the way. That was a cut from the original video, meaning they didn't show any other conversation after that. So I'm gonna make an informed guess here based on what I saw before. I assume he said some wild there. I learned from this conversation with him that you do not talk about God with this guy. He's really touchy with the whole subject. And apparently, if you're not a Christian, he's probably gonna, I don't know. I was gonna say something wild, never mind, I wanna stay in TOS, but he's gonna bite your head off, basically.
Austin,
I'm Allie.
Wait a minute, isn't that like a Disney show?
it's a very pleasure to meet you.
Very pleasure to meet you too. I like your style.
Thank you.
You look like you read books.
I try to read, but I'm not really adept at reading, if I'm like completely honest.
I don't know why your aesthetic was giving reads books, but it was a compliment.
Well, I take it as such, so I appreciate it.
How important is faith?
How important is faith for you?
100%. And at the end of the day, if you reject Christ the King, it's a no-go.
So you're a Christian.
100%.
Cool, cool. I'm a Christian too.
Excellent. As a Christian, can you tell me a little bit about the gospel of Jesus Christ and how that goes?
Bro, this is killing me. What are you doing? Why are you giving her an SAT exam over here? Do you not believe that she's a Christian? Do you have to actually test every aspect of her knowledge or something? It's the first date, my God, bro. Like, dude, talking to this guy is like taking part in an intense examination. It's probably harder than the Navy SEAL exam. My God, I'd rather hold my breath underwater, tied to a damn anchor, drowning me, than talk to this guy, bro. It's so like, oh, you feel this presence, bro. I'm not even in the video, bro. I still don't like you.
Yeah, I mean, like the gospel is basically that Jesus was here and died for our sins, and yeah, his spirit guides us.
Is that the same Jesus who died and rose again 3 days later?
Yes,
Believe in the resurrection.
yes,
Excellent. If that's genuine, I 100% accept that.
yeah.
Bro just did a pop quiz and she just completely aced it, bro. This is a match made in heaven. Oh my God. And she ain't lying, bro. I don't know why, like, your immediate thought is just complete skepticism. And now she's probably turned off because you're being so incredibly intimidating. Bro, you're supposed to have a good time. The whole point of it is to have fun and to get to know the other person, okay? It's not supposed to feel like Bowser's Castle, Super Mario Bros. You're in the boss battle. He's shooting these flaming fireballs at you. You're desperately jumping as little Mario. Oh, damn, I shouldn't have wasted the mushroom. And you're just having PTSD flashbacks. Full velocity, bro. That's what it feels like talking to this guy. Oh my God.
So I guess my question is, growing up in that foundation, was it kind of like a thing you just kind of swallowed without challenging it? Doubt is not indicative. Oh, unfortunate.
It was just a little intense, and that's all. It felt a little bit like
Overwhelming?
intense. Yeah,
see
yeah.
that.
Wow, she rejected you. What shocking information. I never could have guessed that a man trying to interview this girl like a pop quiz, like a goddamn intimidating exam bullshit. Like, of course she's gonna reject you, bro. It's supposed to be a date, my God. Anyways, after this, these two people actually go on a date and it's really wholesome. So yeah, check it out if you want. Click this video. Bye-bye.